It's been a while. Hello YouTube, it's me TFR Wilderness, and what's this? Yeah, it's been a while. The reviewing cap is on. That means I've actually got a bot to review for you instead of an unboxing video, which I've been doing for the last couple of months. Yeah, it just seems just seems a dog's age since I did a review. Actually, it was back in January. It was Robot Train's Duck who I did a review on, and like I said, because of all this stuff that's been going on in the world with viral outbreak and then all the associated problems that have come along with it, like the lockdown and stuff, it's meant that I've been unable to buy any more Korean toys, which is what I tend to review on this channel. One of my supporters gave me a comment on one of my unboxing videos the other day and asked me, why haven't I done a review for a while? And I said, well, basically, I know I could quite easily review, a third party or an official figure, because I'm still managing to keep my ending with my collecting and buying stuff in. So I've got stuff coming in. But to be honest, this channel largely is about me reviewing Korean toys in English. I know there's a couple of other people in the world that are doing English-speaking Korean toy reviews, most notably KR Brickbot in Korea. He's already reviewed this toy, and he does English-speaking reviews of Korean toys, so you can see what they're about, and he will talk to you in a language you can understand. But I like to think that I'm quite the go-to man about doing this in the West anyway. So I've finally got something. It's one of my outstanding parcels from Korea, which I bought last May. This particular item, I purchased it on the 1st of May. Now, according to the data that I've received on its shipping, it was actually dispatched on the 11th of May. It was then exported from Korea on the 1st of June. So there was a big gap between it actually, leaving the seller and then actually leaving the country. And then it arrived in the UK on the 10th of June and was delivered today, because I'm filming this video on Friday the 12th of June, because that's when this figure turned up. And I'm planning on doing this as a premiere, probably on Saturday the 20th, so I can, at least you'll have a heads up that this video is actually coming. Right, so what have I got now? Hello Carbots. It's a toy line that I sort of specialise in. I've got more Hello Carbot figures than any other Korean toy line. It's the toy line I started my fetish, shall we say, for collecting Korean toys with Hello Carbot Starix Dandy back in the day. So I got a liking for them and have been buying them ever since, apart from more recently when, because of reasons, I had to stop, and it's still difficult for me to get them now, because there's new products that have come out that I want to buy, but it's very difficult for me to buy Korean toys at the moment, what with one reason or another. So, like I said, I had a bit of a delay, and this one came in, and it's from Hello Carbots, and it's from one of their movie toy lines. Now, the makers of Hello Carbots, Rock, am I saying it right now? Because I used to call it... Well, no, it's not Choir Rock, is it? It's Choi Rock. That's correct. Anyway, they did some movies. A couple of years ago, they started up with the first movie, which was called Cretaceous Period Adventure, I think. And for that, where Chatan, the little kid, got transported back to prehistoric times and had an adventure in prehistoric Earth with a bunch of dino carbots. And I've got all the dino carbots. I've collected those. I've got all 4 of those. Then the second movie was called Secret of Omphalos Island. I'm not so sure about the plot on this one. I think Chatan and his family won some tickets to go for a you know, like a vacation on some remote islands. Little did they know that this remote island was also a base for some alien invaders that are thinking of, taking over the Earth. And Chatan finds out about it, and he has a bunch of animal carbots that he comes across, and a combiner. So there was 5 new Carbot toys that were introduced for that movie. Out of those, I've only actually got one of those figures. That's Farlow, the Buffalo Transformer. I bought him. And then we go on to movie 3, which came out last year, hot on the heels of movie 2, and it's called Save the Moon. And I think basically there's on the moon there's this colony of moon rabbits, and apparently their idyllic sort of civilization is being threatened by these human invaders who are like mining the moon or something, and they want to dig their land up, and they send out a cry for help. I might be getting this totally wrong because I've not actually seen the film. I've just got a rough gist of what's going on, and then Chatan and the Carbots go over there and sort it out. 3 new Carbot toys came out for that. You've got Uni Cruiser, which is a big sort of combiner type bot that kind of looks like a Power Ranger, Megazord. Doesn't actually transform, but it has a lot of bits that all connect together to form it. And they got Sky Gunner, which is like almost like a futuristic A10 tank buster. And then we've got this guy. Say hello to Hello Carbot's Sonar Diver. Now, yeah, so they're having an adventure on the moon, and they've got a submarine Carbot to help them out. I mean, where's the logic in that? So yeah, now I bought this because it's a subformer. It forms a deep sea submersible. I mean, in recent times, I've been and bought this thing, the Mechfan toy, or the Mechanic Studios 7062 China Zhailong, which is a realistic scale model of a real world submersible, and that's a really cool little figure. And then you've got this thing. Now, its base. Let's just take these transparent manipulator arms off the front for a moment. But it's basic sort of sub mode kind of looks like Alvin. Now, if you know anything about deep sea submersible history, you'll know that in America you've got the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute, and they had a submarine called Alvin that used to go down to the deeps, and it's done all sorts of world famous discoveries. It was also the sub that Robert Ballard went down to the Titanic in back in the mid 80s when he first discovered the wreck of the Titanic. So yeah, Alvin, it kind of looks like Alvin, and it's in this orange and grey with like these blue conning tower, these blue sort of thrusters on the side, which kind of look like torpedoes because they've got like a round, almost like warhead on the front, sleek smooth body, and a high speed screw at the back. But they're actually thrusters, and I think that they do turn round so it can raise and lower in the water column. You got the little propellers that spin at the back, and yeah, you've got these transparent manipulator arms which plug onto the front, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty detailed. It's just a shame they're in transparent plastic because they just look a little odd, because manipulator arms are supposed to look sort of like more like that, but they just move up and down. They've got plenty of what look like joints, but they don't actually move, and it's kind of lightweight, but it's a pretty cool little figure. It's quite detailed for a submarine. It's got lots of sort of vents and sort of like thrusters and hatches and all sorts of interesting details on it, which you would find on a real sub. It's got the little the viewing globe at the front, and yeah, it's pretty cool figure. Size comparison, the only size comparison I can do with it in sub mode is against the Zhailong. So there we go. Now, before we go any further, I just want to have a quick look at the packaging. So, comes in packaging like this, and obviously it's got this thing up in the corner to say it denotes that it's from one of the movie toy lines, in this case Save the Moon. Pretty cool packaging, big window, lots of, it's got Chatan on the front, it's got this big anchor symbol, and all the stuff On the side, it's got his name, you know, Sonar Diver, some product pictures there, and some more pictures on the back. Now, the interesting thing about this box is it came with this scene on you know, in the back. It's kind of like Studio Series, where they have this cardboard sort of scene from one of the movies that you can take out and you can pose your figure on it. It's kind of very similar to that. Obviously, it's shown a moonscape with some sort of mech drones in the foreground here. I assume that's from the evil humans that were, you know, up to no good on the moon and causing problems for the moon rabbits. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing that they included in with this. So there's not much more you can say about the alt mode. It's a submarine, and I'll take these things off again. As it's one of the later toy line figures, it does come with the little activator chips for the wristwatch. You just plug them into the wristwatch, turn the thing, and it makes noises. I assume it says, you know, that one's for when, oh, you know, Sonar Diver, transform, you know, and the other one is like for some sort of special attack that he can do. So you get those. But yeah, so the figure itself, like I said, it's very solid, nicely painted, decent details, bit lightweight, but fairly large, considering it turns into a compact little submarine. Transformation on this thing is very, very simple. Actually take the thrusters off because they become his guns, and then you just kind of start by pull these little flaps out the front, then you break that and fold that down. That forms the legs. Split them, they peg together quite firmly, and then bring the feet down, and that's the legs done. And then you've got a gear walking submarine. Then the top end, split, fold those forward, fold out the arms like so, and then turn them round, and then finally the head reveal. Pull back with conning tower, and there's his head. And there we have Sonar Diver in robot mode, and he looks really cool. A lot of new colours have just appeared. Obviously he's got a lot more green going on. Got little green highlights up here. He's got some green on his legs. A lot of silver, blue and orange, and I'm all about orange because it's one of my favourite colours. Quite like the colour blue as well, so you know, 2 for 1 on this guy. And yeah, he's pretty solid. Like I said, not the heaviest thing, but he's really solid. He doesn't have much, well, doesn't have any hollowness for that matter. I mean, look, the inside of his legs are all panelled up, so yeah, he's got no hollowness showing really. But yeah, decent bot. Quick size comparison. There he is next to Combinables Meg, so he's just short of a, you know, Chug sort of leader class figure of old. And yeah, so articulation, he's got a ball jointed head that can waggle side to side a little bit, forwards and backwards, and twizzle around. It does have some light piping. It's got like a big green sort of thing, crest sticking out the top, and it is sort of connected to his eyes. But yeah, it sort of lights up the pupils of his eyes when you shine light at it at a certain angle. So it works, but it's not particularly fierce. Got ratcheted shoulders. You've kind of got like a butterfly joint there with a transformation joint. Arms go in and out like that, and then the elbows, you've got full like 180 elbow bend because of transformation. No bicep swivels, but then again, yeah, this is a Korean toy, they don't do that. No waist joint, same reason. Got these little flaps that can move out the way. Hips go out reasonably far. Strong ratchet, go forward, go back. Got a thigh swivel, and then a knee that Doesn't quite go to 90 degrees, but yeah, it's got decent articulation on the legs, and the feet are fairly static, though they have that cut for the neutral A stance, and you can sort of bend them up a little bit if you want, but they do lock in quite firmly in the down position. So there we go. Now, accessories. Again, he's got these manipulator arms. He can hold them like a gun or like an extending sort of grabber. But normally they would fit in the front and be like an extra pair of arms for grabbing things. Then these thrusters stroke torpedo type things, they plug into the hands and give him a pair of guns. Now he does have some other plug-in places. Obviously he's got these ports up here, which you can plug the guns on his shoulders, and as they're the same size peg, I think if you really wanted to, you can plug them in there as well. So you've got some options where you can put these things. But let's just take them back out again. But yeah, he's a pretty decent bot. Price wise, I mean, I paid I got it from, this was my second purchase from 11th Street, and 11th Street it's kind of like the Korean equivalent of Amazon, I suppose. Very similar to Gmarket Korea, if you've heard me talk about that before. That's a similar sort of thing again. Now, this was the second item I bought. I did buy a KTRT before this one, but after a couple of days, I received notification from 11th Street that my purchase was being cancelled. My order was being cancelled, and I was getting a full refund because apparently the seller refused to ship to the UK, or at least he probably made a mistake when he put the international shipping thing on his item, and he refused to ship it internationally. He only wanted to ship it, within the country of Korea. So, yeah, so thanks to his little mistake, I didn't get the other figure that I wanted, which was Hello Carbot's Proud Jet, which is that big ugly red dump truck with that orange Humvee that forms kind of a breastmaster. I want Jesty, I want that orange Humvee, but I couldn't care less about the big red dump truck. But he's really expensive. I mean, you're getting him for under 100 quid. Good luck with that. It's kind of expensive, and I can't justify spending over 100 quid for it just to get the little orange Humvee guy. But so yeah, I decided to get this guy as well. After that other figure got cancelled, I decided to give 11th Street, because I was a bit upset with 11th Street. Not necessarily their fault, but my first order had been cancelled and I've missed out on it. So the second order, a couple of days later, I placed the second order, and that's out there somewhere. I have received according to 11th Street's tracking information, it's actually it landed at Heathrow on the 6th of June, but I've been trying the tracking code on Parcel Force website, and it doesn't. It says it's just exported and it just left the country of origin. So, and this parcel, the tracking code on it changed when it came into the country. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to it. Hopefully, the other one will arrive before the end of the month. Though I might not review it this month. I might save it for next month if it does come in time. But for now, the review's all about this guy. So, Hello Carbot's Save the Moon movie Sonar Diver. He's pretty cool. He looks really good. He's a simple transformation, pretty solid build. Unusual alt mode, but I like it. And yeah, so yeah, that's me, TFR Wilderness. Back doing reviews again. Got the old reviewing hat on. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you all next time, whenever that is. Ta-da.